The night sky over Hong Kong glows faintly orange, reflecting off the harbor as cargo ships drift past in silence. A single data cable beneath those waters carries terabytes of encrypted information. Emails, blueprints, trade secrets, and confidential communications. None of the millions of people watching the skyline that night could have known that this was the new front line of global power. Before we dive deep into this silent war of intelligence and infiltration, tell me, where are you watching from right now, and what time is it there? Because the world you are about to enter never sleeps. This story changes how we see espionage forever. Make sure to subscribe, share, and stay until the end. Because by the time this video finishes, you will never look at your devices the same way again. This is a cybercrime documentary about a war fought not with explosions, but with a handshake. It began in the early 2000s. As globalization expanded, a new battlefield was quietly being built inside trade agreements and academic collaborations. This was a structured intelligence network designed to collect and reshape information across continents. Gone were the trench coats and dead drops. The new spy wore a suit, carried a laptop, and sat in corporate boardrooms. They were researchers and engineers operating under the bright lights of innovation. Governments initially welcomed these exchanges as progress, but quietly, security agencies noticed something chilling. Information was flowing only one way. Patents disappeared. Technologies developed in Western labs appeared months later in foreign defense prototypes. It was not just industrial theft. It was intellectual colonization. The brilliance of this system was its legality. Every deal was signed. Every exchange was approved. If you own the company that builds the network, you do not even need to hack it. By the mid-2010 seconds, an entire generation of assets had infiltrated strategic industries. The reach extended into energy firms, medical labs, and semiconductor companies. Every node collected something: data, insights, or influence. Digital attacks aimed for duplication, not disruption. Entire databases were cloned. By compromising supply chains at the hardware level, access was achieved before devices ever left the factory. We were not just being watched. We were being mirrored. As we move into the 2020 seconds, the game shifted from stealing secrets to shaping reality. Influence campaigns guided political narratives. Artificial personas online amplified divisive content. The battlefield became psychological. In 2020, a power outage at a data center in Northern Europe provided the first smoking gun. It was not a failure. It was a remote command routed through dozens of proxies. Western intelligence realized they were being tested. In response, MI6 assembled a classified task force of coders and mathematicians under Operation Hion. Their mission was to map the infiltration. Simultaneously, the CIA launched Project Glass. They created honeypots, networks of fabricated systems designed to look like real classified infrastructure. These were laced with traceable digital signatures. As attackers bit the bait, they left fingerprints in the digital snow. But the enemy adapted. They weaponized noise. Western agencies were met with retaliatory data floods and AI-generated communication trails. It was like fighting fog. To counter this, GCHQ launched Project Echo, a digital maze that redirected intrusions into sandboxes filled with poisoned data. Every byte stolen became a breadcrumb leading back to the source. This is not just a story of high-level government agencies. This infiltration trickles down to the everyday user. The silent war utilizes the same infrastructure found in internet mysteries and dark web scams. Many of the vulnerabilities used to mirror state secrets are first tested through major phishing attacks on the public. These are not just random emails. They are sophisticated social engineering operations. By compromising civilian software updates and mobile networks, attackers embed themselves so deeply they become part of the digital furniture. In 2019, leaked recordings of European defense ministers revealed a terrifying consensus. The West had treated cybersecurity as an IT problem, but it was actually a sovereignty problem. We invited the threat in through our pursuit of cheap tech and open markets. From telecommunications to renewable energy grids, the architecture of dependency had already been built. If a nation's infrastructure relies on systems linked to a rival power, its sovereignty becomes negotiable. By 2023, the war became existential. Western agencies began preemptive strikes, strategic takedowns of data brokers, and AI research firms acting as intermediaries. Sudden server crashes and mysterious bankruptcies in the tech sector were the only visible signs of this invisible conflict. But the most dangerous weapon is not a virus. It is the erosion of trust. When both sides are inside each other's systems, mirroring data, no one can tell what is real. This is the mirror age. It leads to a darker realization. The silent expansion was not about winning a war today. It was about ensuring every future secret would be accessible. Whistleblowers have since revealed that AI surveillance models, often built with Western funding, are now being used globally to suppress dissent. The pursuit of power has outpaced the pursuit of accountability. So, how do you survive in a world where the front line is your smartphone? In this cybercrime documentary, we have seen that access is the ultimate currency. Here is how you can protect yourself. First, hardware awareness. Be cautious of smart devices from untrusted supply chains. If it is significantly cheaper than the competition, you might be paying with your data. Second, encryption and 2FA. Use end-to-end encrypted messaging and hardware-based security keys for your most sensitive accounts. Third, data sovereignty. Understand where your data is stored. Avoid free cloud services that do not disclose their server locations. Fourth, skepticism as a tool. In the mirror age, if a piece of information feels designed to make you angry or divided, it probably was. Verify narratives before sharing. And finally, regular audits. Check your logged-in devices on all platforms. If you see a session from a location you have never been, you are already part of the mirror. The great intelligence war of the 21st century is not fought for land. It is fought for the algorithms that govern your life. The curtain has lifted, but the play is far from over. Do you think this new kind of intelligence war will ever end? Or has it just begun? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. Do not forget to like this video if you found it eye-opening. I am the Digital Sleuth, and I will see you in the next investigation. Stay safe, stay anonymous, and keep your eyes on the wires.